Hey guys, Troy Dooley, MLM Help Desk. It's good to be with you tonight. It's been a great day. I spent about 8.5 hours digging deep into the numismatic coin collecting, the grading side of the business, because we're doing this second in the series on Numis Network. And there's been a lot of people have asked, Troy, you know, would you be in this business? And in the beginning, here's some of the stuff that I said, and I think well, I know now that I said it because I was naive. I didn't understand the industry. Obviously, I'm not an expert at it, although I'm getting a lot better at understanding this whole industry. But I would say, would you spend $100 a month for the rest of your life if there wasn't a compensation plan? That was one of the questions that I would ask people. I ask them that about every company. The second question that I ask them is, you know, do you think it's too tight of a niche market to succeed? Because those were the questions from an outsider standpoint that I asked. I knew nothing about gold and silver coins. I've not been a big collector, although we do have some heirlooms that have been handed down to us that are probably worth something. They're not MS-70s, I can tell you that. So I didn't know what they were worth. But those were questions that I would ask. Well, as we started looking at the threads that are out there under videos that we've already posted, other questions have come up. One of the questions that continues to rise is, well, it's an overpriced product, isn't it? The answer to that is no. And let me use an example. This is the most current issue, the April issue of Entrepreneur Magazine right here. You can go pick it up at the store. On page 110, right across from page 110, here's what it looks like. I want you to see. There's page 110. Got that little gal on there. Here's the ad. Okay, this ad right here. See the coin? Okay, this is from First Federal, and here's what they're showing on here. They're showing the MS-70 Silver Eagle. That's this coin right here. Let me open this up and show it to you. By the way, I want to show you this. Anybody that's not seen our videos, Numis sent us this. This is a nice little case. They showed us the 4 main coins. They put it in here. I think this is a classy little thing that they do. But I'm going to pull out this one right here. Right here it is. Okay, that's the American Eagle. You can see it right there. Let me pull it back just a tad. There you go. Okay, that right there on the Numis website, it's $100. It's in the monthly plan. So I look on here and I see that they have that coin. It's like, okay, that's pretty good. That's selling here. If you buy just one of these, it's $149. But yet Numis has it for $99. I think it's $119 if it's not a preferred, if you just buy it off the retail site. So then I dug a little deeper. I went over here to First Federal's website. I wanted to see what they were doing over there. I looked at their Gold Eagle, their $5 Gold Eagle. If you buy just 1 to 4 of them, they cost $299. If you buy 10 or more, they're $249. Well, I went over to Shop Numis and I looked at just their price, not the preferred price, just the regular price. Regular price is $239, $10 less for just buying one of them. Almost what, almost $60 less than what First Federal, who's a gigantic. I mean, what's a full-page ad cost, do you think? And I even got some emails from them. They're doing a big blitz, but yet they're more expensive. So from a retail standpoint, I think Numis is probably not something that I would market based on price. Huh, does that sound funny? Don't we say the same thing about the juices that we all sell? You know, people, I can remember when Zango first came out and then people were saying, why would I spend $25 if I can go to Walmart for $12? Well, hello, it's no different than here at Numis. You know, here's the kicker, guys. $239 for a $5 Gold Eagle, that includes commission. Whereas over here at this retail site, they're selling it for $299. That doesn't include a commission. It does include probably advertising and all that. So as I looked at that, I realized with all these other coins that they have a fair market value for their coins. I appreciated that. I could honestly see that if I was in the coin business, I would have no problem spending $100 a month. Here's the kicker, and this is what I want you guys to think about on this before we move into the Fast Start Collector's Kit. If you're in the collecting business already, I don't care if it's comic books, I don't care if it's knives. I collect knives that have eagles on them. We collect swords with eagles. We've just always done that. I've collected the Highlander series of swords. You know, there are certain things that everybody likes to collect. Do you realize that with the coin business, let's go back here for a minute. If you're collecting coins, instead of it just being a hobby, you can now build a business with it. I liked that because all of a sudden you can get the tax benefits. You can get all this other stuff for collecting a coin. And you know, guys, I don't know about you, and I've seen this on the thread, so I'm going to bring this up. People have said, well, I'd rather have a juice, or I'd rather have a consumable, I'd rather have this, I'd rather have that. Here's the kicker. If I have a bottle of juice, if I have vitamins, if I have anything that's got an expiration date on it, when that expiration date rolls around, it's not worth anything. Maybe the glass would be recycled or the plastic, that's it. With the coins, at the very least, whatever silver's going for or gold's going for, at least you have some value. Could you take a loss? Absolutely, 100%, but it wouldn't ever be zero. So let's not dig in and try to compare our juice companies, our nutritional companies, or any other company with Numis. It's not about competing. It's about the fact that we're a community and we come together. Okay, this is a fair market deal. Now let's look at the Fast Track Collector's Kit. A lot of controversies come out on that. Well, they charge that much so they can pay all this money in their compensation plan. Well, I've done the math, and although some of the math is subjective, some of it's not. The aluminum case right here. Okay, you can look at this. I'll flip it open here. I think I've got this thing right. You look at the case. Here's the case right here. 3 trays, nice aluminum case. I looked on the actual sites where you can buy these if you're a coin collector. And they range from $65 to $75. So let's just say $65. Let's go to the low end. I looked at the coin. The coin, $100 right on the Numis website for the monthly plan. So we know that's $100. The leather case, this really nice leather case. I went over to Seriers, checked there. I went over to Franklin Covey, rather. This is $50. Okay, and this has got the name Numis on it. It might cost a little bit more than that. You know, I looked at the websites. Now, I've been in the website. I know website's pretty good. They give you if you get the Fast Track Collector's Kit and you come in at the executive level, $4.99 or $4.95, you get 5 different websites. So if you look at the 5 websites, you go out there and you try to get a website for the network marketing arena. If you want an autoresponder, you want all this stuff, it's going to cost you about $25 a month. But in this case, they're charging you a one-time fee of $25 per website. Plus, then you've got the $9.95 a month, which is hard to find anywhere else out there. So that's $125 right there. Now, the one thing that's very subjective is the training. I can't put the training out on the website because it's proprietary. Jake said, Troy, please don't do that. That's part of the value. But I've looked at all 5 of the videos that are in the back office there. I know that I have one of my monthly memberships for training on SEO, internet marketing, runs me $97 a month. And I'm looking at this and saying for $100 a month, I'm getting a coin, I'm getting access to the training and all that because I spent $195. I believe the training in itself could be anywhere worth to somebody $75 to priceless. So I find somewhere in the neighborhood of $350 to $400 worth of value that's there. Now, is there built-in money for commission? Sure. You also have to look at the fact that all of this website technology, all of the training video, all of this stuff costs Numis Network every month. Just because Ian and Chris own a separate company, you guys got to understand these are 2 different businesses. There's an agreement, a standard agreement between the companies. Numis Network pays. I always get this wrong, and the guys have got to forgive me, but they pay the technology company the same amount of money that a regular client would do. Okay, IDSTC. So when you look at all of this and you put it together, you realize that this company, so far, everything that we've pulled up, and we're still digging, we've got a few more videos to do, everything that we've put together so far, I find value to. If I was looking to join Numis Network, and I said, man, I'm going to hang my hat on this, and we're going to put some testimonials up over here on the website so you can see them, I'd have no problem spending $500 to start my business. That's a whole lot less than a franchise would cost. I'd have no problem spending that $100 a month in Numis Network to get a coin every month. I believe that in today's society where families are doing all kinds of different things, coin collecting could actually bring your family together. I'm a firm believer in that because I'm already having fun with just these 4 coins that my son and I are playing around with. So, guys, let's get your comments back, both pros and cons. Let's see what it's like. Live life like it's an epic adventure. We'll see you at the top.